We're going. Woo! Sweat Equity Podcast. A real chill.
Is this thing on?
Eric's got some. Are those new googly eyes?
Who said that?
I thought you should be able to see reality a lot better.
No, this is not reality. It's way better than reality.
You made an impulse.
Space planet.
You made an impulse purchase
For the business.
for the new practice to see your teeth better.
No. This is so people can sit back like this
You-
and get their mouth worked on and then watch VR whatever they want.
You've got an Oculus Rift on for the audio listeners.
This is actually an Oculus Go. This is new.
Oculus Go.
Yes. This one I don't believe is as awesome as the Rift, which I think is like $800.
Huh.
But this one has
You could've
little
fooled me.
games and stuff, and you can watch Netflix and whatever.
Is that the one where you put your phone in? Or is that's an Android deal?
No. Well, I mean, you use the app on the phone to operate it or get it set up, but other than it's got a little controller. Do you see that? And then the little controller, it's like a little Wii remote almost. That thing is your menu. You use it to navigate with.
I mean, I don't want to ask
I just
the
started
obvious
playing with it.
We are a pragmatic business advice show, but with dick jokes, I don't want to.
I took it off.
I don't want to.
It's really disorienting.
Is it?
Well, I mean, to try and talk to you and focus while I'm literally on another planet.
That's right. You have to get you got to get in the game, man. But the obvious question is, have you masturbated with it yet?
No. I literally just set it up today, but I'll get back to you.
Can you? I feel like that's almost like a.
You can masturbate with anything if you try hard enough.
Yeah, I guess you're an American. What was I thinking? So, anything cool? You bought it on the way here?
No. It just came in yesterday, and then I didn't want to bust it out in front of my wife because I'm going to get in trouble for buying it. But it's for the business.
It is a tax write-off. We'll have your CPA come in soon to talk about that anyway.
Yeah.
Sexy tease of a guest.
But, yeah, I just knew that if I didn't just do it, we were never going to try it because it needed to be tried out first. Try it out.
There you go. Shout out to your mom's house. So, I think it's a good idea. We were talking about it last podcast. I want to keep that convo going because we cut ourselves off a bit. We pinched the tip to feel a little bit better this time.
Yep.
As
Still so much going on.
The metaphor
so
goes. I'm interested in that. I kind of want to talk about decluttering a lot of BS.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to think of something to kind of theme for the show, and I got some ideas going. We're going to have Henry Hollingsworth.
Yeah, he's supposed to pop in.
He's going to pop in a second. He's
popping.
making some business calls, which is cool. So let's get this show officially started. Sweat toddy, God almighty.
Had me and lost me.
Yeah.
I'll take sweat equity instead of hottie totty.
I think you got to hear someone else do a hottie toddy, like an old, like a cool, like Matthew McConaughey do it, and you'll be like, oh, okay.
Well, that's
He's just ripping off that guy.
McConaughey can say whatever he wants, and it sounds cool. That's not the thing. It's the word. It's the word
Time's a
hottie
flat
toddy.
circle.
What does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything. Sometimes it means a drink that you ever heard of someone making a hot toddy?
Yes, I've heard of it.
I think that's kind of where it starts. What does a lot of battle cries mean?
Battle cry. It's a drink. It's like a little foppish English drink tea thing, right?
In the South, I think it's more like
It's not British.
You put like bourbon in it. Hot toddy.
That's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah, it's not.
I
Brandy
still
or
hate it. I
scotch?
still hate hottie toddy. You just try a different one next time.
No, that is our signature. I mean, that's what you're known for too.
No.
When it's
Nothing
all
to
said and
do with
done, whenever we get our Wikipedia put up by a fan, it's gonna say that first, probably.
Let me write that down. Make Wikipedia for ourselves.
Yeah, and say a fan did it. So, you're in the middle of. So
let's talk about. Why don't you read the sponsor stuff before you forget, so we don't have to get into that stuff.
Good call. Do you want to handle it?
Sure. What is it? FreshBooks. FreshBooks sound good?
Yeah. If you need the copy, it's right behind you.
No, our listeners get 6 months free. I think. I don't know.
You get a hookup on all the URLs we put in the episode description. So you got to give a little radio inflection. But FreshBooks, it's cloud accounting software, and our listeners get the hookup, but only if they go to gofreshbooks.com/sweat, like sweat equity, like Key Sweat. The next sponsor, Grasshopper, try grasshopper.com/sweat. Is a phone line for the entrepreneur. Have that alternate phone line. Don't be a jabroni and have a Google Voice number. This is maybe the best hookup of all three links. I hate to put our sponsors against each other like a Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
but
brother.
Yeah. If you can, just add in stuff like Macho Man. And Macho, do you have a phone line?
No. I'm trying to find. It doesn't have anything on the copy, for the record, about what they actually get.
So,
did you write that? I think you made this all up.
Yeah, I wrote. You know me.
Copy for fun.
I love writing copy.
Add copy for fun.
Try grasshopper.com/sweat. We've sent this to a bunch of our clients that need a phone line. I use it when I'm consulting with them and go, hey, we got the hookup over here. Holler if you hear me. And they're appreciative because I think you get $50 off your phone line. It's a scalable phone line, so if you need to add more people, you're fucking getting girthy on the business side, and you keep adding lines. It's not like you got to go through Verizon and do that whole rigmarole. It's all you have to do is go on the site, I think on the app, and just add another line. Pretty easy.
Yeah.
And you can pick your number. That's a lot of people don't think you can just pick your number. They just get assigned a number like at old school days.
Well, you don't get to do 420, 69, 69 if you want, but
I think you could buy it.
You get like a couple options.
Yeah. So speaking of options, you have 5 options when you do the free trial from Warby Parker glasses. Man, I got some Warby Parkers. I love them. They make me look smart. I mostly wear them in meetings, the first meeting I have. So people are like, "Oh, this guy's got his shit together."
Okay, look at this nerd. All right, we can bully this guy.
I'll shave. I'll wear like a nice shirt, and I'll wear my Warby Parkers because when you look like Nicolas Cage in Con Air and you're walking in, or Spicoli from
Sweaty Wife Beater.
Yeah, just looking like put the bunny back in the box. Just looking like trash. Like I normally do.
I'm holding back. I'm not gonna.
You can pile on.
No, it's okay. It was a nice show today.
when you want to look awesome and have inexpensive glasses, now they do sunglasses. There's probably, if you're in a big city, there's probably a pop-up stand somewhere near you. But if you want to do a trial from your house, from your office, like I did, warbyparkertrial.com/sweat. You get 5 pairs. Try it on your face. I have like a.
Try it out.
You can figure out like what you got a small head.
What? Fuck you.
You got a pinhead.
I don't know.
You got a pinhead like a circle.
I was actually thinking my head was getting bigger.
Well, metaphorically maybe.
No, I think literally getting. I feel like it's getting just retaining water a little bit more every day. I think it's why I'm so tired. My head's heavier.
Well,
is that possible?
Yeah. My that's why my traps are so awesome.
Maybe because my sinuses have been filled up. That's why we have sinuses. You know that. Because you have to have like empty space inside your skull, or your brain wouldn't be. It would be too heavy. Your head would fall over. So it like fills out some space somehow.
Well, I know that the space part, you have like a bumper almost of air.
Yeah.
Like an Amazon package.
Right. Like an air this is better for my wife.
Told
me that.
The Amazon packages that have way too much of those air pocket things in there, and you're like, what? I got like a fucking SD card. Like, why is this the size of a go-kart?
Yeah, but then at my house, that's 15 minutes of entertainment, baby.
That's true.
Pop
That's
those
true.
bitches.
You're
They're arguing
you're
over,
just
and I got to
taking a
divide
knee
them.
on life, man.
I got to divide them up even.
15 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yes, I live my life in 15-minute chunks.
I'm not there yet, so I shouldn't chew.
Oh, you got it coming bad.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
bad.
I like it right now wrestling with them. I did write down I'm getting sleep the last 2 nights and I feel amazing.
You look refreshed.
The kids waking up in the middle of the night it just murders me because I can't fall asleep normally anyway. And if someone recommends melatonin again, I'm gonna fucking be like, melatonin this, or I don't know. I'm gonna freak out.
I got your melatonin right here.
Right. It doesn't work on me. I'm not sensitive to a lot of like caffeine. You know, the people.
Right.
Like, my wife can have, if she has a coffee after 5, she's like she's wired, and I'm like,
you want to start a new business?
yeah. Well, she's not on coke. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go in the bathroom.
I know. I'm the
in
same
our own
way.
house.
Yeah, I'll take like the NyQuil stuff, and it's like does the opposite. Like it'll keep me up.
So, yeah. So that, I mean, you don't want to pull a Roseanne with that kind of thing. Like the Ambien stuff.
Why do you think I bought the VR goggles?
Well, you like to experiment. Have you done Ambien and try force yourself to stay up?
No.
I did it in college because my roommate told me it'll make you trip, and I tried. Like I was like trying to like move around, and we were like yelling and being weird and like just like whatever you could do to stay up.
Right, and you just fell asleep in a
fell
weird
asleep
spot.
standing up almost. So
I thought it had something to do with jerking off. The Ambien, or no, my bad. That I was thinking of some movie where they're like, you ever play the game, you take a bunch of Ambien, see if you can jerk off before you pass out.
40-year-old virgin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that joke a lot.
Sorry.
No. It's just a parallel thought. So I use an app. I've been using an app called Sleep Plus Plus that I have on my watch.
Ooh.
And it's pretty interesting, and it'll show me how much sleep I'm actually getting. It's pretty good, pretty accurate.
So you have to wear your watch to bed?
Yeah. So I'll try to charge it. Like if I'm doing, I want to get all my points, my fitness points.
Right.
My steps throughout the day.
Your steps.
So I'll let it charge for 30 minutes before I go to sleep or something like that. Sometime between after work and before bedtime.
And what does it do? Just measure how much you move around, your heart rate, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So the thing with the other sleep apps is you have to manually like press I'm going to sleep now, and I'm like I won't do that. So because I also use my the watch as an alarm too. Which I like.
I don't know. That'd be weird for me sleeping with the watch.
I'm a newer watch guy, so this is I'm not used to any of it.
You're not conditioned yet.
Yeah, so I like it. I just like stats. I like those personal stats where it's like, you know, it'll show me like, all right, you slept 5 hours, but 80% of it was like good sleep.
So how much does it break it down? Just good and bad sleep, or like REM, phase 9, whatever.
I'll show you, and you can kind of explain to the audience what's going on here. So it'll like it chops it up into almost like a fantasy stat column.
Okay, so it shows when it's been measuring. So are these the times you're actually going to bed? 1:56 a.m.?
Yeah.
Dude.
I know.
That's crazy talk. All right.
I know. I took another certification last night.
It looks like you're very efficient. 90% restful sleep, it shows.
Yeah, but it's broken up, too. So you have to look at, like
back to back.
You see those little dashes in there where it's counting when I'm not asleep. That's like waking up.
Yeah, it's like defragging an old Windows computer. It's the
the
same look.
So think of a bar chart, and then it has like
bar.
Like tiny slices taken out of the bar chart, a horizontal bar chart. But it's interesting because I'm like, wow, I thought I was getting better in a lot of ways, and clearly I'm not.
Well, what do you think you're not getting from here? It looks like the times you are sleeping, you're at least getting restful sleep according to that app.
Yeah, well, that might be exhaustion, kind of just falling asleep kind of deal. But, you know, 4 hours, I think if I get 6, I'm great. 6 or more, I'm fine.
Yeah.
6 or under, I'm not firing.
Oh, dude. Yesterday I was like, I'm going to sleep in tomorrow. I'm going to turn my alarm off. My eyes blast open at 4:03 a.m.
That's awesome, though. Like,
dude, I get within, like, I'll wake up at, like, 3:59 before my alarm goes off 3 days a week.
I do that for flights. So something subconsciously knows, like it's working with the circadian rhythm.
Yeah. Well, there's something, I don't know if they've...
but
it's either hippie talk or if...
This is like legit science.
But where they can, like, your body feels the maybe barometric pressure changing because of the sun rising and falling and whatnot, and, like, you just kind of break into that cycle or something. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and it's all... Whether it works or a placebo... I don't care. But I do need to figure it out because it does affect everything. And like the inconsistency of going to sleep, it'll fuck you up too. Because like last night I'm like, all right, I'll just wait. Because usually if I'm watching the kids overnight, I'll wait till one of them will wake up at about midnight if they go to bed at 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Sometimes 9 because it's just too sunny out.
Dude, it's so ridiculous. I'm putting my kids to sleep. It's still light outside, like that Simpsons episode when they move in with the Flanders.
Yeah,
kids are still jump roping outside.
He's not even 2, and he like Trip realizes it, and he's like, "Dude, what? No, I'm hanging out.
It's not dark outside. Why are we going to sleep?"
So like,
I know.
I'll try to wait until that first break, and then I can go. Okay, then I'll go to sleep because if I can't just. God,
you can though.
I know. I envy the guys that are like, "Oh, we're on a road trip. Cool. I'm gonna nod off." Or we're like,
"Yeah, no, not me."
We're filming something and it's just a weird pocket of 25 minutes, and they're like, "Cool. I'll post up in this director's chair and fall asleep." And you're like, "What the no?"
Yeah. Maybe now that we're dads, we'll be able to do that better. Where you cross your arms and.
I've been doing that, sitting on the couch, but that's exhaustion. It's not. I don't
know. I think it's two different things.
I think for me, it's exhaustion. I know that.
Like, but I see it as like a superpower that my dad and his dad before him can do that, where they'll just be at the mall in a chair in the middle of the thing and just put their head down and go. It like within 10 seconds, just wake up and be like, "Oh, okay, well, on with my day." Like what?
My dad does he has an awesome wake up ritual where he goes, "What'd you do?"
What?
He'll be snoring and he'll be like, "What were you doing?"
Wakes up accusatorily.
Man, you're popping.
Sorry.
You're popping hot. Where are you? You're the orange guy? Let me get you down.
Yeah, jeez.
I thought I did a mic check. We got to get another pop filter, I think.
Yeah.
So, Sleep Plus Plus, not a sponsor. Like Bond.co last week, if you're looking at the headlines to our episodes, we're trying something out. I thought you were going to say try it out.
Sorry. Damn, I'm still popping. You hear that?
Here, take Henry's mic.
Okay. I don't think Henry's coming.
I think he bowed out. But
bowed out.
But we still love them. Allday.io if you want to check out their UX UI kind of web design. But excuse me. Learned something last week that's a good philosophy for content marketing, content writing is headlines, not titles. And so there's a site called ShareThrough, which is they're called a native ad kind of data supply platform, DSP. Ooh. But basically, they have a little thing you can flop a title in there.
Flop it. This one's not even on.
Give me a little.
Jesus. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. You can flop a title in there, and it'll pop a score for you, how good that is. So ShareThrough.
How do you spell through?
Like you're supposed to.
Okay.
Don't make me spell. Don't make me spell.
The cool way with just the U
if you
or
go to
OUGH?
headlines.sharethrough.com. ROUGH.
All right.
That's
the Queen's English spelling.
And
we're gonna Miller Lite spelling.
I'm gonna take it a little slower so I can get these links in, because what happens is we leave from this podcast. I go do 4 things. You go do 4 things, and then when we come back, we're like, "What are we doing about?"
You've been in basketball shorts this whole time.
Why you gotta call it out, man? People on video don't know.
As soon as I change microphones, in walks Hank.
That's all right, Henry. We just kept going, man.
We saw you.
You can drop in right there. All right, hop on a call. All business, all day. Allday.io. So
it's just like The Office.
So I kind of like that. I wish we had the podcast going Rogan style for 3 hours, and then people just could walk in and just pop in, or we could pull people in and just go, "Hey, remember we were talking about this, and this."
That'd be exhausting.
I'd like it.
I'd run out of dick jokes.
And then before we kind of get into your stuff and kind of reducing white noise, mind mapping. Have you heard of that before?
No. Well, no.
So
I'm sure it's an app, but I can understand what they're getting at.
It's an app. I think you dig it. I actually thought of you while I was looking at a bunch to see which would be good. So if you have an idea, like an app or a business idea, or you need some kind of flow chart that's a little bit not so PowerPoint-ish, it's a cool way of, I guess a guy from Pixar, the Pixar guys use it for their universe of films. And
I trust everything Pixar does.
This guy in the 60s made this idea where it's a little hippie looking, but you can kind of, it'll flush out a lot of ideas.
I mean, dude, this is so weird. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier. Just doing all the stuff I'm doing for my wife's new business, I'm having to figure out which apps I'm going to use for what, because it so easily gets out of control. Just all the stuff that needs to get done, and then which app am I using for reference on materials that I need, and which one am I using for communication, and which one is an actual list that is, okay, this is what I actually have to do today, sort of shit.
So the way it already sounds,
the same idea.
It sounds overwhelming already.
Right.
I know where you're at. You got to do some Wim Hof breathing tactics. So there is, the deal with this is like decision tree. I was trying to do a workflow for a client I was working for the last couple of weeks, and I was trying to go, oh, they don't have like a workflow, or like for this program, for me to learn it, I was going to kind of make my own IFTTT, if this and that kind of thing. If you want, you can handle that if you want. That Mevo camera, but I like visually. It really helps me actually learn it too.
Yeah, me too.
And
I'm always trying to do this sort of thing because it just makes you feel like you're in charge for some reason. When you cover everything and you have it all there, it's like, okay, there's everything.
Well, no, I mean,
nothing else I gotta do. And
you learn differently from your wife, right? Both of our wives, we're more probably visual.
Learn.
We're probably more visual learners. They can sit in a room and like write down, and like they can not do the experiential learning as much and be fine.
They're bookworms,
right? The point I'm trying to make is like we all kind of learn in different ways.
Yes.
And I was trying to learn programmatic advertising lately, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to go back to my house and just kind of learn for me to learn the bookworm way, I have to like be a freak and kind of say it out loud to myself, like pace around and kind of like almost like I look like an actor trying to memorize a script, because I'm just
Nicolas
like walking
Cage,
around
Con
like.
Air.
I'm trying to go like put the bunny back in the box. No, I'm trying to go like I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so if our bids on media is this for connected TV, it's got to do, and I'll try to like answer it. And that's how I have to do it. Almost like it's kind of aggressive, but that's the way I can learn it.
I've seen a lot of that though, especially sales stuff.
Right.
That old like, there's no reason that you should hear no, and like you can have a rebuttal to everything if you memorize the flow chart and get it down, and that whole thing can sell anything once you learn a few things.
So so there's that when you're having a conversation. This like customer service scripts go that way.
Yeah, exactly.
We're seeing a lot of that with the bots, like the Drift, and like a lot of like you're seeing the corporate version of that. I went on Verizon and they have like a really terrible like, here's your assistant, a virtual assistant, and it's like
Erica.
It's just a decision tree, and it's just as useless as their
I'd be better
FAQ
off,
was.
exactly. I'd be better off reading the same information off your website at my own speed rather than pretending like I'm talking to somebody when I know I'm not.
However, if you have a Facebook page and you want automatic like responses, that's a good way to use it.
Yeah.
You know,
well, I'm not saying it's not good for businesses.
No.
I just hate being the customer on that side.
Yeah. So
but you were talking about, like it's a learning thing, but it's not just learning the way that we're trying to map things out. It's just like this is all organization at this point, for me at least.
Yeah, when you get a pick your brain meeting, right? That's kind of like what this is. That's a written. That's not a written version. An oral version of like fleshing out the idea. This is a visual way of doing it. So mind node. So mind, like your MIND, node, NODE, for Mac. I don't know if they have for Windows, but
Mindnode.com has it all.
yeah, that one seems to be kind of the easiest one. And then I got all bougie, and I was like, I don't really like the design of that. So
redesigning it.
I looked up a couple. Coggle, I think, looks the coolest. So like Boggle, your favorite game that you only played once.
Never played it.
But you never played Boggle?
No.
Dude.
Say it like that.
You never played Boggle?
Okay.
But it looks
cool.
a lot cooler. It looks a lot better. As far as it looks almost, it looks like brains, vein stems, kind of like
kind of looks
arteries.
Like the eyeballs that I drew on the VR goggles, if you could see that.
So yeah, if you're trying to break out organizational charts, you don't have to put everything in the middle and have all these spokes going out like arteries, veins, whatever it is. You can do like a workflow. You can do supply chain. You can have it go like one way.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. I'm going to get down on that.
But I like that, and then I want to print them out. I want to like have it. We printed out like this matrix for Squarespace template picking, and that's super useful. I need to make a bigger version of it. I want to have more of these instead of stupid motivational posters, except I like the one I made.
Wait, what motivational posters?
I put it online, and I put entrepreneurship is lonely AF.
Yeah, that one made me sad.
Yeah.
And then I was like, fuck you. You don't. What are you talking about?
It's supposed to.
You're supposed to be, as a dad, I don't know what lonely means. That's just my own time.
No, well, it's in your brain. It's not, there can physically be people around. I'm saying like, we talked about it on the podcast a few episodes ago. Like, it's the thing of you're kind of teetering between crazy and like next
Genius.
level, right? And so, but it's hard to articulate a lot of the time, and you can't. Part of that makes you go inward. Look, fucking comedy is the same way too.
Yeah,
stand-up's very similar in that way. You're there's so many delusional people that think they're good stand-ups, and at the same time, it's like, maybe they are good. Maybe there is
somebody thinks somebody's good out there. That's what's crazy.
So is it delusions of grandeur? Is it is it art? Is it, I don't know. So
you were talking about printing something up.
Oh, just printing out.
I
like models. I like printing them out. I like the visual. I can memorize it easier, like the marketing and sales funnel.
Right. I'm the same way. Like, for some reason, looking at it on a screen doesn't do it for me. I gotta touch that thing.
I was looking up the price of those Samsung whiteboard TVs.
Ooh, yeah.
Coming soon, but they're like still $2,500. Same with
how big is that?
Microsoft's version. Well, Samsung has like a flip board, like a Pictionary style one. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. And then Google's Jamboard, I believe, is really cool because you could like draw something and then it'll make the perfect version of that thing.
Yeah.
Which to me is like magic almost.
Yeah.
So
perfect dick.
Yeah. That's all you'd use it for, really.
Yeah.
But that Jamboard thing, when those become
55 inches?
Yeah.
Dude, that's pretty awesome.
But it looks like a stand-up mirror, right?
Yeah.
On the stand. So I want one of those so bad.
That looks really cool.
I would use that shit all the time.
You'd be wheeling it into the offices where you're making visits, restaurants.
I want to get that on here somehow. I got to figure that out, how to get some kind of something I can write on an iPad and with a stylus and show kind of some of these things.
Links up.
Yeah, and we should have their screens hooked up and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I could always, if you have something being filmed, just 2 cameras, and I can chop it up.
Chop it up. All right, where are you at, man? It's part 2, let's call it, of all the
Forest Hills Dental paperwork fun.
Yeah, I'm
in the shit.
You're in the sweat equity part. You're doing the part that is the thankless kind of limbo purgatory area of like I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is all stuff that just it's a bunch of to-do list stuff. Check it off. Once you do it, it's pretty much done. So it's not that I'm adapting to this new environment and how am I going to be able to do it? Because
you've been around.
I'm just trying to. It's not even that. I'm just just setting all this stuff up is crazy. I mean, the funny I'm having to go through Spectrum. I was telling you about this, but Spectrum Internet is what they have now. And in order to keep the phone number,
which is owned by like Comcast, one of the big guys. So
it used to be Bright House.
This is applicable wherever you are.
Yeah, it's one of our 2 choices.
The illusion of choice, right?
Right.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and it's a dental practice, so they have a phone number through them. And if you want to change providers, you lose the phone number. And that's like, okay, so I guess you just have us by the balls then. Like, we're not going to. Yeah, but I mean, last time we were talking about patient retention, and then they call the wrong number. Boom, that could happen. It's just crazy that they. That's the one. They've been the biggest pain in the ass. Not only that, to get it transferred over the account, they're the only ones that are requiring a notarized signature for my Wi-Fi account.
Yeah,
probably because of the phone number, I'm guessing.
They make it harder to exit. So when I left California as a resident, they try to tax everything and they try to nickel and dime you, even if you're like.
Yeah, but this is just we're transferring the account name. Like it's not even like we're leaving.
There's an exit fee for the DMV if you leave California, which no other state really has, I don't think. And so like I got something in the mail months later. It was like you owe the DMV like $1,200, and I was like,
just get you one last time before you get out of here.
Yeah,
it was at $1,200
because of all the fines and fees, like for not paying it. And I was like, didn't even know.
Yeah,
it went to my old address in Marina Del Rey, and like
just piling up, dogs pooping on it.
So it's that kind of thing where like they want to get you on the way out to make it hard to leave because what are you gonna do?
Yeah, but I mean, we're gonna be their customer still,
right? Well, but you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's like academia, right? They don't like colleges don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Really? And then so like they're like, what are you gonna do? Your credits don't transfer.
Yeah. Well, I mean it's the same with the electric company. Just so you know there's gonna be a $250 fee for this and this and this, and it's like
for what?
Sure.
For
great.
Nothing.
I know that the work is already done. You change the little name in the computer. You're not coming out and putting special electricity in this place. There's nothing gonna change.
And the alternate, if you guys went solar,
go off the grid. Still got to go through them.
You still have to do legally. You still have to go through
welcome back,
right,
Mr. Solar Powered.
So
house.
internet should be seen as a utility. I don't know if it technically is or not, but it's such a fuck boy game that
all of it is. It's just goes back to the
collusion.
All the jobs created by the white men who don't want to get their hands dirty.
Dare I say oligopoly?
Yes.
Yeah, but something
did.
Everything like that. We thought Google Fiber would be kind of the disruptor, but
where's that at?
Something will come along.
Hopefully. Is that available in Tampa?
They stopped it for here.
What? They had it and
you have to
took it away?
You literally have to lay fiber, like lay coaxial cable fiber and Cat5 fiber and all that shit. Like did you know that? I was telling someone, I can't remember if we talked about it on this podcast, but there's literally like a fiber that goes from like. North
England,
America,
it laid across.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know.
And so, because I was looking up digital trading stuff about milliseconds, and there's a Michael Lewis book called Flash Boys that talks about these guys that made a fiber pipeline from the Chicago Trade Stock Exchange to New Jersey, where the data's held, where the company is.
So they could get that much faster over the
milliseconds. but they made bank
Dude,
because of that advantage.
That's such like fuck your. If that's your job, you're like, what are you doing?
They're talking about like blowing up hills and mountains in Pennsylvania to make it happen because they have to get the straightest line.
We need more milliseconds,
right? Whatever it was talking about, like you have to go from A to B is the best line you can do. So they try to stick as like straight as possible,
right through grandma's living room. They don't give a shit,
and they just like were buying up property and shit, and
bro,
going right through Pennsylvania mountain. Like it's so crazy.
Yeah.
So Michael Lewis is a good way to break. He can break down like really intense shit, like the recession of '09 with The Big Short and Boomerang. He's very easy to read.
Oh, okay.
Did The Blind Side.
I don't have time to read books. Come on.
Okay, you can listen on Spotify, which we're on as well.
What, he reads the books?
I'm sure someone does.
Oh.
Someone interesting. If not,
I didn't know Spotify had books on tape.
I think they've got books. I don't know. We'll find out. Anyway, I just wanted to give a plug for us on Spotify.
Oh yeah.
Mostly, we have a Spotify playlist too. If you want to look at that, look that up. It's a Sweat Equity podcast and streaming show playlist.
All Keith Sweat.
All the songs that we play in the intro go on there. So we what else you got? You just did the EIN, get the bank account going. Yep.
I mean, it's
business credit card.
She's starting tomorrow. Yeah, all that stuff.
You looked at that already?
Yeah.
You didn't go on NerdWallet and look that up?
No. It's weird with a dental practice the way they do it. They pretty much like, here's your credit card, here's your bank account. They set it all up for you and stuff. And like
who
I was
does?
telling you, whoever our account rep. I'm going through my wife on that stuff, so this is all secondhand.
Oh.
I am not allowed to go to the money side. I'm admin only.
Okay.
Not accounts receivable.
I would consider that a lot of admin, but
not really. I mean, I just don't. I have enough.
Yeah. All right, let's talk more fun stuff then, or ish stuff. Marketing wise, what's going on? You listed on. You want to bitch about Yext for a minute?
Oh man! So part of if you want to get found on the internet, you got to find all the different listing sites, and there's one called Yext that'll break down. It'll at least give you a list of these sites that you need to try and you need to make sure you're verified on there. And what I found out is besides, let's see, Facebook, Yelp, Super Pages, Bing Places, I think it's called, and Google, Yext, and I'm guessing it's something to do with Yahoo because they seem to be very similar in the way their pages were laid out, controls all these listings. If you want to verify your page on MapQuest, you have to go through Yext and pay $4 a week for whatever package, and then if you want to get on more, you got to pay more a week, and then and it's like, I've never heard of these listings.
Yeah, they like made up sites.
Yeah.
So for those listening, they're like, MapQuest, what the? This isn't
right.
like 2001. Well, here's the deal, like. It's still there. Same with AOL. It still matters. Like, it's still around. It somehow has some power. So you have to you kind of have to do it.
Well, what I've learned a little bit, and this might be wrong, is that the more information that's relatable back to your business, confirmed everywhere, makes your business that much more credible for search indexes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
did you pay for it?
No. I'm not paying to find me on whatever Dex knows or some stuff. They made some of it up. They had to have.
There's a lot of dental ones on there. I remember that. But yeah, what they do, there's a lot of sites out there that'll audit your website or audit your listings on directories like this. And all it's doing is selling you like, oh, well, if you want us to clean it up, cool.
Yeah.
Because the hard part is not knowing what's even going wrong with a lot of people. Like we know that vaguely, even if we didn't know specifically that we should be listed on more things. Are you on Apple Maps, Google Maps? Those are the two that are hard.
Yeah, exactly. I worked out from my own line of thinking. It's like, all right, first I would go to Google, then it would be this, then and it was just like, yeah, that's all taken care of. Those guys are.
They send you a snail mail?
No, I went into the office after hours and sat on the phone and got the over-the-phone verification calls to
Nice.
punch into the computer.
Boring, really boring stuff, but really important.
I mean, yeah, had to be done.
But you do it once, you don't have to do it again.
Exactly.
Facebook page verified.
Right.
Done
Verified.
that. Yeah. I'm trying to go through down my checklist in my brain.
That was a whole nother thing, the Facebook, because she had the one as Nicole Morganti DMD, sent out all the invites for likes and reviews, people reviewing her on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Not a crazy amount of stuff, but, enough that somebody who is a prospective patient would look at it and be like, all right, well, at least they have 15 reviews or whatever it is. And wanted to change the page name to Forest Hills Dental and got rejected because it was too different from what it was before.
Yeah.
I appealed it, explaining, well, she's bought a new business, and this is the name of the new business.
Uh-huh.
Rejected again.
Well, you didn't really have any value in that page other than setting it up.
No,
so
not
we
really.
We were like, it's best to just look. And I'll tell you, there's a sneaky little secret. A lot of people buy fake likes. It works. It helps.
Yeah.
You can actually Google it. I did it for our buddy and client the other day, or probably a month ago or so, because I was like, you used to be able to go on Fiverr and get that, and now you can't. I guess they stopped that because Fiverr is becoming a little bit more legit.
Yeah.
In a way, you'll see it's not just $5 for everything.
Yeah, 45er.
Like literally, the starting price is like $50 and all that shit. But I would do that when you make the new page because people land on it and go, "Oh, 2,000 people already."
Yeah,
like, and
people,
the new
one,
people have like a weird like moral part to this that I don't understand. But there's no like there's no like morality in this game. We shouldn't even have to fucking
karma.
do this,
There's no like karma. The only thing was the reviews was something that it was like, these people took the time to write these up, and then, I could ask them again to do it, but it's kind of a pain in the ass. But they're all friends, and people who want to. Yeah,
that's something we got to get better at for this show, and I'll make a pitch. If you're listening, go on iTunes and just throw that 5-star review.
Mm-hmm.
That's the cheat code to get us up the rankings. The better we kind of move up and get more listeners and grow, the better guests, the better knowledge we can kind of just be a conduit for.
Get that Samsung whiteboard, please.
Ooh, boy. God, that would be so awesome if this show could pay for that. Let's make that a goal. Let's figure out how to do that. We got to take this thing to the next level somehow.
Could embezzle it.
Could embezzle. We have to have a corporate account to embezzle from. What else is going on? Just
okay. Well, I mean, like I said, she starts tomorrow. It's crazy.
What about employee transition stuff? Like,
that's all
are they
kinds.
Cool or
Yeah, everybody's really nice. He's they've all been there a long time. So we're really working to not rock the boat on what they got going. Every dental practice has to use a dental software of some kind.
Yep.
The one that they have it looks like it's a Mickey Mouse computer. It's just like, dude.
What is it called?
Practice Works.
Yeah, the UX UI on these things are terrible.
It was like mind-boggling how ridiculous it looks. It looks like the old solitaire game interface.
CS Practice Works, CareStream.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, that is not a big deal to get a new software. The problem is that they run their merchant services through that software.
Okay.
Where they want to charge $600 for a training session to come out and set it all up and say, well, here's your new, and then do whatever they do on the computer to transfer it into our name. That's what their process is for transferring to a new account person, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Nikki heard that. And she was like, nope.
No.
But that's another one where they got us by the balls a little bit with the merchant services stuff, because that's the part we don't want to mess with too much, where it's like, we don't have a way to pay you sort of thing. And then, not to mention the people who already work there and know how to do one thing, and then we want to come in with the most important part and change it.
So when I was looking up, I was using that share through headline site, headlines.sharethrough, for the title of last episode. I was trying to put in dental stuff in there, just kind of talk, because that was kind of a part one. This is kind of a part two, but you know, there's not a lot of dentists looking for business information. There's a lot of marketing. The marketing dental marketing companies had a CPC, a cost per click of like 36.
Yes. Yeah.
It's so aggressive. And so what I would say is those software companies aren't too far behind, and sometimes they're the same thing.
Yeah.
The best way I go about it, it's super nerdy. You've heard me say it 40 times, but I do the list of needs and wants, and what we need out of the software is to be under this amount. Wants is something like preferably works on Mac and Windows, works fluidly on all devices. It might work on all devices, but it might not work.
That's a good point.
Like Slack, Slack is like super fluid for how big of a program that is, and how girthy it can be, how much you can use it. It's as fast, if not faster, than text.
Yeah. That's how we text each other.
Right.
Slack it.
And then Henry, you can join the program, but we're probably going to finish up in a couple minutes. Next time.
Or you could just awkwardly lord over us in the corner.
Yeah.
I'm not moving,
Audience
though. You have
member
to
of
just
one.
butt your face in.
So you can use... Well, how about this next time? We'll have you we'll look at the website of Forest Hills Dental.
Why are you laughing like that before you said
You
it?
did a good job, man. You got a design expert there, right to your
I'm
right.
Sure, and yeah, I'm not perfect.
No.
Prefer not to have the smarmy laughing before you talk about.
No, you can poke holes in pretty much anything, any business, any website. So
there's holes. I'm not perfect, but
so what I'd say is write that list of needs and wants for any software, any app you're going to use that's integral to the business, and this is a big one. So this shouldn't be treated lightly.
Yes.
When do you have to make this decision by?
I mean, as soon as possible. We don't know how this is going to go down still.
All right.
So,
well, look. I mean, let's type in.
Well, when it comes to the software, Nikki has pretty much made up her mind because she's worked with a couple different ones, and it's more her comfort level, and I guarantee you it's the cheapest one.
Is it Dentrix?
No. The one she wants
Soft
to
Dent?
use is Open Dental.
Open Dental. Yeah, I mean, if that... Look,
which sounds cheap.
It's
Open.
It's hers.
Open source.
It's hers. It's her place, as far as that side of it. So...
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I acquiesce on. I was arguing with her
a good word.
about... She's like, do I really have to have another email address? I'm not going to check, too. I'm not going to do it. I was like, oh, my God. She's the person who has...
Gmail, it'll be fine.
Yeah, she has... No,
Yeah.
she's the 88,000 unread emails lady. I'm like, this is a fresh start.
Zero them out, man.
Anus tart.
All right. I've got to run to our next thing, but what else you got going on? We can kind of troubleshoot real quick.
Yeah.
I think making decisions like that and writing it out like a fucking 5-year-old, it actually helps.
Yeah, no, I do that all the time.
And so like cost benefit analysis stuff, real basic. The mind mapping stuff we were talking about earlier is really good for like fleshing out ideas or just like sprawling kind of complex organizational issues.
Mm-hmm. The only big matzo ball is the payroll situation. Not making payroll, but like how if we're going to use Paychex or a different company to use for their payroll services, sort of thing. But I got Mike McGuire, my buddy, works
Former
for Paychex.
guest?
Yeah, and he's gonna at least not sell me on anything I don't need. I hope. McGuire, you dick. He probably will, actually.
Yeah.
I don't trust him.
You should use Venmo for your payroll. Venmo everybody.
Can I just Venmo it to you?
Venmo everybody on Friday.
He's inheriting like a roster John Gruden would love.
Yeah.
Old
Bunch of
school.
Tim Browns.
Yeah.
No,
Matt
No,
Stickums.
dude, they don't have Wi-Fi at the office. If that tells you anything.
So
that place is not the hot spot.
It's gonna be. I mean, it's one weekend of hard work away from being awesome. You know,
I'm down to help. And I didn't even get to Pilcrow the artboard thing I was showing Hank here.
Pilcrow. These names of these.
I know.
apps.
I know.
Don't
It
you
sounds.
about the Pilcrow?
Pilcrowly.
It sounds like
Pilcrow.
Parks and Rec
Yes.
jokes.
Grizzle.
But if you need to make like a brand guide really quick, it's a little desktop drop down, boop, and you can add the hex colors and it'll just be there.
Design boners.
You just need that stuff. Well, I just like little hacks like that. It really trims down a lot of time.
Yeah.
And I don't want to. I hate opening up.
It feels good to look good, man.
Yeah.
And you can find tools that make you look good fast.
I like where your
That's
head's
like
at.
gel with a quick comb, man. That's all you need.
Damn.
Okay, well,
Where was all this knowledge? You were on the phone.
I can drop it down now. I was just informing my clients about similar stuff. You just gotta.
We're leaving, man. We gotta go. We gotta outro this out.
Shed it.
You'll be back. Yeah.
Henry's an online hairstylist.
That's what he does. He teaches people
All
how to
day.
get that mullet at All Day IO.
We have a presence in North Carolina. We know what mullets feel like. There's a party in the back for a reason, and it's going nowhere. So,
Florida rat tails.
yeah, are always going to be in the panhandle.
For you super nerds out there, meet Eric in the VR space. Is it VR or AR? VR.
The VR AI space.
Yeah.
Holla.
Meet him there.
Meet him there.
I eventually want to have this show on VR.
Dude, that would be sick. All of your audience members join just right in front of you.
It's
on VR.
doable.
No, it's gonna.
This thing
it's
streams live
right
somehow.
around the corner, man. So it's definitely something we can impulsively probably do. Like he bought this. All right, y'all. For Eric, for Henry Hollingsworth, I'm Law Smith, Sweat Equity, pragmatic advice steeped in dip jokes.